if you're working hard in this country, you should be able to live the Australian dream. You should be able to afford a place to live.
For young renters like Jordan Davies, that Australian dream feels more out of reach than ever.
I'm quite lucky in that I have a secure job, I have a reasonable income, and it's still difficult to obtain finance in the amount that is needed to purchase a property.
One idea that's long been floated to help first home buyers is allowing them to access their super for a deposit.
Super for housing is a good idea. It can be done well or it can be done badly.
Australians can already use voluntary contributions into their superannuation to buy a property under the First Home Super Saver scheme. The Coalition wants to go further. It'll allow them to withdraw up to $50,000 or up to 40% of their super balance for a deposit, though the money has to be returned if they sell.
The scheme will be inflationary, so you put more cash into the hands of first home buyers, and that will then push house prices up. The other aspect which is important to consider is the inequality aspect. So it's the higher income earners who have more super to draw from.
This policy will mainly help those buyers that have difficulty getting a deposit together. So people that have generous parents or have substantial savings on their own will not use this policy much.
Economist Peter Tulip would prefer super to be used to guarantee home loans.
You can avoid the problem of people running down their superannuation balances by using it as collateral, so that in the way that many first home buyers, their parents will act as guarantor. But not everyone has wealthy parents that can do that. They could use their superannuation balance instead.
Modelling by the Super Members Council shows someone withdrawing $50,000 at the age of 30 would lower their superannuation balance at retirement by $135,500.
They don't get much better than this.
Using super to purchase homes is among a suite of measures unveiled by the major parties targeting first home buyers, including the Coalition's plan to deduct mortgage interest payments, Labor's proposal to help them buy properties with just a 5% deposit, and building 100,000 new homes.
I think medium density housing like this is a large part of the solution to the housing affordability crisis. We need more density in our big cities.
Economists say there's no shortage of ideas to tackle the housing crisis. Most agree on the need to build more homes, while some are calling for the political will to end tax breaks for investors.
About 1/3 of the total negative gearing deductions currently go to about 500,000 investors who are in the top 10% of income earners. So we're currently giving tax shelter benefits to people who are on really high incomes and who don't need that tax subsidy.
It won't have any effect on housing affordability. Researchers estimate that removing those tax concessions would cut house prices. Some people say 1%, some researchers estimate 2%, some estimate 4%. They all agree that the effect is tiny.
Jordan is keen to buy a house but wary of using his superannuation.
I think that it would drain my super to such low amounts. I would consider myself to be depriving my future self of an allowance that could avoid me relying on welfare payments.
But still hoping his future self will own a home in a tough market.